Good morning, everyone. Well, we had some storms here in my area this week, and we didn't have power for a while. So during that time frame, I painted a number of my kits with that Woodland Scenic masking paint for, I think this was called masking paint, the interiors so it wouldn't bleed through. So I did that with a number of buildings, only got a couple sitting off to the side. So that's something I did, but I didn't do it on camera because we had no power. I still have quite a bit of this paint left. I have painted probably about half of my buildings now with this masking paint, and I still got quite a bit left. And what I noticed though is you do have to do like almost 2 layers because it doesn't get it all. So you have to do it in 2 layers. So if you do use this, you might have to do 2 layers like I said. But yeah, I got all of them. I don't even have the exterior of this one painted, but I do have the interior now. The interior of this one, and I did paint several others. There's still 1 or 2 that I still have to do. I still have to do this pub, and I have to do my hardware store, and I have to also do the market. But all the other ones I have painted now, so I am almost done with getting everything ready for So it's time to do the crossings, and these are Woodland Scenic roadbed. And maybe I haven't told you in the past, but the reason I use this for the crossing area is this roadbed stuff for N-scale is the same height as the roadbed for the Cato unit track. So it gets me up to the same height level. And I'm gonna hot glue them in. And once they're all in, we can consider start plaster clothing those sections, and then it'll need probably 24 hours to dry, and then I can do all the road crossings and finish the roads here in the town. So I definitely want to finish these off, much that one and this one, and then on this side we'll not just finish off this crossing, but we'll do the road that comes up and meets up to this bridge and comes over here, and then I also do this section here that will be like this for that other feet. Okay, y'all, I cut the extra pieces for that. I still have to glue it in, and over here I cut this a little bit better so it's going to be able to take the plaster. So I basically just have this, I have a pencil, and the scissors I found work just as good, and then I have basically my thing that's a country road. So I made a small template that's the size of a country road. This bridge section, so I want to kind of put the bridge over here. Make sure it's on there the way it's supposed to be. Going in the right direction. Okay, I want to make sure there's enough on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to mark that with a pencil, that bridge. So we have it where we want it. So I just have a mechanical pencil here, and I'm going to mark it and back. So this is a city road, and this is country road. So I got like a little template. And I already have markings on here, so I want to see if I put the city road over here originally. Sure enough, I did. So the markings I have out are for the city road and not for the country road. As you can see, the country road is the same as this. The size is a little smaller, not by much. The road over here, so we could actually go smaller. So because I see that I originally marked this more for a city road, I'm going to remark my pencil markings here, just to know that we need to go a little smaller on this size. Okay guys, so I'm going to be using this Woodland Scenic foam putty, and I'm just going to make it so that these areas where the bridge section is going to be is transitioned better. This is a better transition. This stuff does take a while to dry depending on how much you put in there. It can take several days because I used a lot of this when I was doing this river road. I mean, I used a lot of this stuff and it took a lot of time. Good afternoon, everyone. It's not even 24 hours later, and that foam putty I did put in, it's hard. Hey everyone, I just want to give you a little quick update. I've taken my longest vehicle I have for my layout, which is a old school bus, and I've tested these transitions with the foam putty and the foam, and you can see it works really good. Now obviously there is going to be a little bit higher once I put the plaster in there, but it does work good. And then the same over here on this bridge going up over the thing here. It works relatively well all the way through and over. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I picked up a new scenic detail type thing, and this one is by Model Power. It's called Park Scenes, and you get 20 hand-painted items. So you get you get 6 people sitting. You get 4 park benches, 3 trash cans, 3 mailboxes, 3 fire hydrants, and 1 telephone booth. And I got this for $5. Even. And what I wanted to do is I was actually looking for park benches, and the same company sells for the same price a thing of 8 park benches, and that's it. Well, this one you get mailboxes, trash cans, fire hydrants, sitting people, and a telephone booth along with the park benches, and it was $5. I mean, you know, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good price for compared to other companies that sell these things, because there's other people that manufacturers that sell these little detail things, and they usually charge a lot more and you get a lot less. I hear a lot of people don't like the details of the Model Power people, but you know what? I think the details on them are just as good as the Chrysler or the Woodland Scenic stuff. I mean, I can't really tell the difference. They're so small that you can't tell the difference. And you can pick up this stuff really reasonable. Like I said, around $5. I got this for $5. I've seen them on sale between $5 to $7. They normally go for about $10. So that is the Model Power Park Scenes number 1339. Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to give you an update on the plaster cloth stuff here. It's dry, and I did go back and sand it a little bit. You can see that there's I do have to come and get this sanded stuff off of here. Some of the areas did get a little bumpy in some spaces, so I definitely had to go and sand it. There's a little creases in the plaster cloth, but that's all dry. And then let me give you a quick update on the bridge section. I had some problems with that, so just give you a quick update what that looks like. Okay, everyone, so this is all dry over here too. This ended up being over the track area on both sides here. This plaster, I had to sand it quite a bit to get it back to being level. And then over here, I had somewhat of a problem. When I put the plaster at the end, the bridge wouldn't go in, so I had to cut this down a bit. So I'll have to put a little bit more plaster cloth on the edge of this before I can put the roads in, just to fit the bridge in there. But it looks like it's pretty good right now. That could change when I put some more in there. So just little things like that, just making sure it's going to be at the right level. But I did sand all this stuff. You can see that there is some sanding residue on my fingers when I did that. So getting pretty close to doing the plaster roads. I'm definitely going to have to mark off the different areas, because over in this section where this factory building is, this is going to have an asphalt foundation there. So I have to kind of mark all that stuff. So it's going to take a little more longer than you know, doing it right away. So it's going to take longer. There's a couple more steps of preparation I need to do. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen this week. So you're going to have to wait till next week to see the new roads and crossings. But there's just a little bit more prep to go. But we're pretty close to getting there. And hopefully I can also paint the rocks over here by this riverbed too. I'm hoping I can get that done. But it's not guaranteed. I always try to do a 2-week window. Okay. Thanks for joining me, and see you next week.